Well, there we go. Another loss, this time on the road at our great rival Spurs. What an absolute killer. I'm here, as always, with my illustrious co host,
I don't want to be here,
Clark.
man.
How are you
I don't want
feeling?
to be here, man. Oh my
You don't want to
god.
be here? Oh,
Um,
man.
Absolute
What do
shambles.
we.
Absolute
Yeah.
shambles. You know what? It's so frustrating because we didn't even play that bad. That's the thing. Like I mean, we did, but in like hindsight of what we've been doing, it was just. I don't even know, man. Are we just unlucky? Is that what it is?
I don't know if it's unlucky. I mean, once again, no goal. I don't really remember seeing. Sorry, don't remember seeing us really having a good chance at any point. Um, and it's just
Yeah.
listless. Listless is the word I'd use. It's just they just turn up. They're just there on the pitch, but it doesn't look like anyone's actually putting in an actual performance to win a
No.
game. Like anyone, the whole
It's
team.
so
It's like it's a
uninspired,
rot. Uninspired is a really
yeah,
good word. Yeah,
uninspired and unimaginative. Like it's just like they're just playing plain old football, and that's not going to work in the Prem. That's the thing. There's no
yeah,
like. What are we? What do we do? Like, we haven't got an identity, man. It's literally just there's no push, there's no counter attack. It's just I don't even know what is it. I don't even know. It feels like I'm watching fucking school kids on the playground doing like bloody five side at lunch. That's what it literally feels like,
yeah.
especially with
At
the
this time,
unnecessary fighting as well.
yeah, I know. Which is only fun if you're winning, and like
Yeah,
if you're not, it's just bored. It's just
it
stupid.
really
It
is.
wastes
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Like lack of identity, definitely. Just uh, I, d- I mean, let's try and give this a bit of structure. So starting lineup, ZX starts again.
Terrible.
I don't. I just don't
It's
know. I
so
don't know
bad,
why,
man. It's just like why
but he did. Koulibaly obviously started as
he.
well. He
I
actually
was gonna say
seemed
he
all
was
right, I
okay.
guess.
He wasn't the
Yeah,
best,
I can't
but
hate
he
on
was
that.
okay. He was very he was less aggressive this time, and I think he's probably been had a word with because
Yeah,
like he didn't seem like he was like knocking heads off this time. It
yeah,
seemed like
true.
Ziyech was doing that for some reason.
Yeah,
um,
he was a bit
yeah,
chippy today, wasn't he? So starting lineup was all right, I guess. I didn't hate it. I mean, Ruben again in midfield. Zakaria did come
yeah,
on, so why not start him? He seemed like our best player, before he got
yeah.
injured. Um, so Potter doing Potter
Potter doing
things.
Potter things. That's literally what it is. The Potter effect. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I saw a stat that was like we have now the highest average changes in a squad
Jesus.
uh, of any club in the Premier League era.
Oh
Not
man.
even just this season, but like ever in the
It's
Premier
so
League.
hard to do a reaction when all I want to do is just like disappear into
Yeah,
into the air, man. And
yeah,
one of the commentators done a stat, and this is surprising. This was like about half time. I don't know when he said it, but we have scored one goal in 77 shots.
wow.
77 shots, and you're saying we don't need a number nine? Are you joking?
It's just I think like people might look at the shots thing and be like, oh, that's good, like loads of shots is good, but what makes like Man City so special, goal scoring wise, it's not the fact that they take loads of shots, and they
Yeah.
do, but they create good shots. Like we may have had 77, but think about the amount that Felix like has on the edge of the box and he just goes for because he's got
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah.
That will count as a shot,
Exactly.
but we know it's not like a good
No.
shot. It's not a good
No.
chance. It's just, it was just a slight
Yeah.
opportunity for a talented player to have a go and kind of make his name in the Premier League. So, yeah, there might be shots, but we're not making good shots. We're not making high XG efforts.
No. No one cares. No one wants to.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what's going on, man, but like it just feels like there's just a lack of anything, a lack of reason
yeah.
to be. We're gonna have to pause this because there's an ice cream van right outside. Are you fucking
No, let him go.
serious?
It's the only happiness in the world right
No.
now. Yeah, so it's just I'm past the point of anger as
I'm
well.
past the
Like
point.
I'm
Like, I'd
just
be raging
tired.
right now. I didn't even rage in
Yeah,
the game.
literally.
I didn't
Like
even rage while
remember the
watching.
Spurs game earlier on this season? I was
Mm,
fuming after that game because we put in a good
yeah,
performance and we got shagged out of a result. But today we're just like literally, you know, I I wanted to get annoyed at the starting lineup, not bothered. I knew we were going to lose. What does it matter? I wanted to get annoyed at the performance, but it's no different from what we've been seeing.
exactly.
So, what's
You
the
know what it
point? It's
is?
literally,
There's a point to there's a pain point, isn't there? Right, in life as well. So you get hurt so many times in the same place, it becomes numb. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
not feeling that passion anymore. I'm just like that because I'm not getting it reflected back to me from the players. There's
yeah,
nothing. There's literally nothing. There's no identity. There's, as I've said before, it's just so uninspired. And I don't even know where to start. Like João Felix, probably probably if not the best player on the pitch today for Chelsea.
mm,
In my opinion, don't know about you, but I think he played really well, especially the first 10 minutes. Very like a lot of energy, proper going for the ball, all over the place, wing to wing. He's all over, and he's a bloody loanee.
yeah,
And it's just like, where's the rest of yous on main contracts?
yeah. It's like he's putting in a shift because he wants to prove himself that he can, yeah, that he can kind of rough and
Yeah.
tumble in the Premier League, and he
Oh
clearly
yeah,
can.
yeah.
And in a proper team, I'm sure he'd be
Oh,
flying right
definitely.
now, goals and
Most
assists.
definitely.
He's just unlucky that he came to us at a bad time. But yeah, I mean, like in the first half, yeah, he looked nice and he had good moments in the
Yeah,
second as
yeah.
well. But I can't really think of anything in the first half to kind of write home about. I mean, the Silver
Ah,
injury is
you know
obviously
what? So
major.
disappointing. So
I don't know
disappointing.
if he would have stopped the two goals that they
Probably
got,
not,
but
but
it's always good to have him
it's
there,
just
isn't
like
it? And on the pitch.
as soon as he goes, and we've said this in previous podcasts, as soon as he goes, we lack that structure. We
Yeah,
lack the formation, and as we said on last week's episode, if Silver's not on the pitch, then you haven't got a manager on the pitch because they're not listening to Potter. We can all see
yeah,
that they listen to
yeah,
Silver, but when he's off, that's it. And you know what? He's a warrior, so him to come off has got to be bad. It's got to be painful. So I'm hoping he gets better soon. I'm hoping that he's in for the next game. Probably not, but.
yeah,
It's a knee injury. We don't actually know what happened. He did walk off though, so that's a good sign.
yeah,
And Harry Kane fell on him in a rough and tumble trying to get a goal. Um,
mm,
so yeah, just sort of very disappointing. I mean, that's sort of just 15 minutes in. That set the tone of the game, and
yeah,
and from there on out, it was just you know what? In one word, is meh. That was that was it. It's just meh.
yeah.
You know.
Meh. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just didn't offer anything, and you could tell there was like a confidence in Spurs after that
Oh
situation
yeah,
because that second half of the first half they were like way more on it, and it just felt like like a matter of time until it kind of clicked for
yeah.
them and they could make it work. So you know,
So,
second half again, not much to
no,
talk
mate, that's
about.
just such a
Like
bad performance. I don't.
this what keeps
How are you even
happening.
meant to
This is what keeps
react? I
happening.
don't know anymore,
Yeah,
man.
it's just we've got the Southampton game. We were
yeah,
shit, but at least we had like some
yeah,
chances at
exactly.
some
Yeah,
points to talk about. I don't remember anything. And then subs coming on. What can they do? Nothing happens. No
Mudryk
one's
come on, and
about
I'm
it.
like, why wasn't he starting? Because he came on and made such an impact. Like that whole
Yeah.
left wing got opened up, and he was fast. He's on it, and I'm like, why was he substituted on? But not only just substituted on, he was substituted on with 10 minutes to go. What is he expected to do in 10 minutes? And the same for Aubameyang as well. Oh, by the way, when
Yeah.
Aubameyang came on, how uninterested did he look?
Well,
I don't blame
it's a
him.
major
I don't
problem
blame him.
in the
Yeah,
like if that's the way that you treat your squad, you just banish someone to the sidelines for like a month straight with no seemingly
no reason.
to us
Yeah,
no good reason, then you get brought on, and you're a 33-year-old who's already had a great
yeah,
career. You've made all the money you're gonna make. Like he doesn't need to go
no,
mad in it and prove himself. Um, so yeah, you put a guy like that on the bench for weeks on end, and then ask him to come
yeah,
on against Spurs in a massive game where we're already like two
yeah.
down, and try and change things
It's
and win
how
us a
you meant to
game.
do that.
It's not
How
going
you
to
meant to
happen.
do that? I
There's
mean,
no point. You may as well just left him out
what
of
I
the
don't get
squad.
is why.
It's
Why?
just inept for somebody who's supposed to have a degree in emotional
Yeah,
intelligence. Graham Potter, I don't see him displaying those skills very well.
it's what I don't get. Why we're playing Havertz up front when Aubameyang is a tried and tested goal scorer in the Premier League.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
yeah,
what your age
and
is. I mean, look at bloody Silver; he's still going. Literally our
yeah,
best
no, true.
defender, and he's 38. So it's like
Yeah, no,
ages,
that's
you
so
know.
true, and and Havertz's general performances have been so
Oh,
lacking that you just got to go
yeah,
for it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, yeah, okay, Aubameyang might not be the one. He might not be right long term, but you're here to win
Exactly.
games. You're here to like go up the
Yeah.
table. Don't just ignore players with certain
At least with
talents.
Aubameyang, you're
Um,
sort of not guaranteed, but you're very much higher percentage of goals compared to
mm,
Havertz. I
hmm
think why aren't we starting Aubameyang and then bring on Havertz like 60 minutes, 70 minutes, because that's what the game needs. I think like there was a couple not chances, but a couple sort of like plays today where if Uber
hmm
was on the actual pitch, he could get them balls that Havertz he wasn't aware of. Like it was just going
yeah,
past him because he hasn't got that instinct. He hasn't got that sort of goal instinct to think, oh, if it bounces off the keeper as a tap in for me. He doesn't think like that. He goes, oh, he's had a shot. That's it. Like there's
yeah,
no instinct there. It's and
yeah.
it's
No,
so
yeah, I
depressing,
hear that.
man.
Yeah, like you're depressing. Like meh, depressing, pointless, a waste of
Yeah.
time.
I'm over
These are all the
raging, as you
things.
said. Like I'm just over it. I'm over
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah,
over it.
and it's just week by week we just sink lower and lower. It's like
Yeah.
quicksand. Um, and they just never turn up and provide a performance. And so I can't, I've got not much to say because they haven't done enough for me to
No.
react. So
There's
I
literally
don't know what more there
nothingness,
is to
man.
say.
Honestly, it was literally
Yeah,
nothingness today. Uh,
yeah,
no really good plays. I mean, Mount came on. You know what? He wasn't half bad, to be honest. He'd done a
yeah,
few little good passes, and that just again couldn't impact the game. I feel like if Mudryk was on, maybe give him a good 20 minutes or even 30 minutes, he would have actually made a
yeah,
good impact. But you can't expect someone to do something in 10 minutes against Spurs. Like
yeah.
it doesn't happen. They've got so
No,
much defensive capability, and they proper were on us today. They just knew. They knew everything that we was
yeah,
gonna do. They played us, and it was just that was it. To go from not
yeah,
conceding in this stadium to conceding two in one night, and again just letting everybody down. Um, the question is, Bo, what now? Is that Potter done?
uh,
Because the pressure
um,
keeps rising. The pressure is
yeah.
rising.
Well, and sooner or later that pressure has to release in
Exactly.
some way,
Exactly.
and they can't fire everyone in the playing squad.
No.
They've just given them all 8-year contracts. So I would imagine that the fans obviously are going to be, all of the fans are going to be
Yeah,
incensed, especially the match going fans. Um, we're probably going to get more PR coming out of the club that, you know, they still support and they still see the project can still
yeah.
work.
There is no
um,
project. Just give it up.
and
Just give it up.
I think maybe if we lose to Dortmund and get knocked out of the Champions League, and then we've got no hope for anything happening, maybe then something will happen. But I think it's long past the point that something needs to
Yeah,
happen. Something does need to happen. But I just don't trust our, you know, daft new ownership group to make the right
yeah.
decision, because they've got too much riding on Graham Potter making, you know, working
Yeah.
out,
I
working
just
out.
want a goal, man. I don't
Um,
even care if we win anymore. I would like to just see the
yeah,
ball in the back of the
yeah,
net.
true. I just want to celebrate a
Like,
goal.
you know what I mean? And like a good goal, like the first Tottenham goal, where it's like there's no VAR, like there's no nothing. Like it was just
Sure,
a
yeah,
quality. It was a
just a
quality
good
goal.
strike,
Um,
just walloped it.
and
Yeah,
I just want to see one of those, man, so I can just celebrate and be happy for once. And it's
yeah.
just, you know
Well,
what? Life's depressing as it is, man. Like,
yeah,
give
I
me
know, I
something.
know.
So,
Give me something. I know.
man,
Um, well, you know, there we
that's
go.
it.
2 wins in 15 in the Premier League now.
Yeah.
The record gets worse. The performances get worse.
All we gotta do is laugh, man. You can't do anything else. Just laugh
All
it
you can do
off.
is
Just
laugh,
laugh it off.
and maybe it can't get any
D-
worse. So it might get better. I don't
don't know
know.
about
We'll see.
that. Yeah.
Thank you to everyone for joining us today.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of your weekend if you can. We'll be back on Friday after recording a podcast. Stay
So
positive.
stay cheery
Yes.
somehow.
Stay cheery. Stay blue. And as always, up
Um,
the
yeah, up the
chills.
shelves.